Sarvashaya Pratyashaya Premaya Bhagavata Krishna Shriyanga Jayate Krishna Jayate Krishna Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Madan Bhagavatam ki jai. We're on 10th Canto Bhagavatam, Chapter 1, the Advent of Bhagavan Sri Krishna, from verse number 4. So everyone has their books.
Yes, Guru.
I guess. So I'll chant the verse and repeat after me.
Yes, Guru.
Nivrittatarshya Upagiyamana
Nivrittatarshya Upagiyamana
Bhavo Shadachtrotra Manobhiramat
Bhavo Shadachtrotra Manobhiramat
Gautama Shloka Gunanavadat
Gautama Shloka Gunanavadat
Puman Virajeta Vinapashugnat.
Puman Virajeta Vinapashugnat.
This is a very interesting verse. I never saw it in any Goswami books, but in the 7th Canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, published by the BBT, which I mentioned in my Art of Chanting Hare Krishna book, in the chapter about offenses and how to counteract offenses. Prabhupada writes there, he writes in the 7th Canto of Bhagavatam commentary, which I quoted in Art of Chanting, he said, if one wants to get free from offenses and chant Hari Nam, he should chant Canto Bhagavatam, Chapter 1, verse 4. Because it's a prayer, the prayer is glorifying the process of hearing and chanting and hearing Hari Katha. So somehow, I don't know where he got the idea from, some commentary or some revelation, but Prabhupada saw a connection between 10.1.4, 10th Canto, Chapter 1, verse 4, and the power of this verse to counteract and eliminate offenses to the holy name. So obviously I put that in my book, but I couldn't find any reference in Goswami books. But I fully searched all the Goswami books with this Sanskrit, the Vrittatarshya Upagiyamana. So translation. Glorification of Krishna is performed in parampara system that is conveyed from guru to disciple. Such glorification is this on?
Yes, Guru.
Is relished by those that are not interested in false temporary glorification of the material world. Description of Krishna are the right medicine for conditioned souls in samsara. Therefore, who will not hear the glorification of Krishna except a butcher or someone who's killing himself? So someone who's going to commit suicide doesn't want to hear Hari Katha. That's not exactly what it means. So let's look at the commentary. So Vishnu's, before we dive into verse 4, just an introductory question to this chapter. Who speaks verse 1 to 13?
Parikshit Maharaj.
Parikshit Maharaj. Who speaks verse 14?
Sukadeva.
Look before you leave. That's what I say.
Suta goes.
Thank you, Nikunja's on the mark. She got 2 points for that basket. Because how many conversations are there in the Bhagavatam? Basic conversation.
Sales of Naimisharanya, Suta Goswami.
States of Naimisharanya, which are few hundred principal figures. The question person is Shonika, and the answer person is Suta Goswami. And what other conversation primary?
Sukadeva Goswami, Father, and Parikshit Maharaj.
Parikshit and Sukadeva. Any others? That's basically it. And some other conversation come in, Yudhisthira and Krishna, Narada Muni and Brahma, and Krishna and Narada Muni. So sometimes there's a minimum of 2 conversations, sometimes 3 overlapping. So we have to know who's talking here. It's not like an Indian dinner party. 20 people are talking at the same time. No one knows who's leading, who's following. Who's asking, who's answering? Everybody's talking their head off, and no one knows what's going on. If you're a foreigner, you just go mad, you know. You say, shut up! One time I did that. They were here, I wasn't there. And a bunch of Indian guys were talking, about 15 of them. It was after a feast. They were talking, everyone's talking at full speed, full volume, the number 10. So I stood up and said, stop! Haribo! Shut up! I said, there's 15 guys here, all talking at the same time. Who's listening?
0.
Yeah, 0. Right. I'm getting a headache.
Actually 1. It was just you.
Yeah, that's good. Because I got a headache because I didn't shout like them. If everybody's on volume 10, everybody cancels out everybody has the noise elimination of the other guy. You're 10 volume. Now neutralizes his 10 volume. So everyone's okay, it's cool. Nice party, nice prasad, nice talk, you know. What are you talking about? I don't know. The other guy's deaf, you know. So this isn't that kind of Harikatha. So all these first 13 verses are Friction Maharaj basically glorifying the speaker and the subject that he's speaking on, which means he's glorifying Harikatha, Krishna Katha, and directly he started by saying, Muni Sattama, O Sukamuni, you're Sattama, you're the best of all Munis. That was in verse number 1. So let's look at this. The Sanskrit or Nivritta, what does Nivritti mean? What's Pravritti and Nivritti? What's the difference?
Engaging and disengaging.
Yeah, one means attachment, one means detachment. Nivritti is negativity. But what's nirvana? No bond.
Cessation of material desire.
Sensation. You're not in a bond. You're not in a Vrindavan.
No forest.
No forest. You're a bond.
That's Buddha Avatar's definition.
Yeah. That means, nirvana means Brahman Surya, basically. So some people, that was their favorite rock group, Nirvana. Not mentioning names. Okay, rock on, brother. So Nivritta means I don't like it. I'm not attached to it. Tarshar means Krishna. Krishna means taste. So Upa Gita, ever hear Gita? All these words, Gita means singing. That's basically Sanskrit. You know the you know the root word, then you know millions of words. Gita, it's all, everything about Gita is all singing song. So, there's no taste for singing, basically, the first line. The Ritatar Shervagiyama, no taste for singing. What is this sing? What is this Gita? What does this Harikatha do? Bhava Aushadhi. It's medicine for the disease of material life. Samsara road. Like we say, in Magmas, January Shukla Saptami is called what?
Advaita Saptami, Arogya Saptami.
It's called Awaita Saptami, it's called Surya Saptami, it's called Achala Saptami, it's called Arogya Saptami. Arogya Saptami, it means anyone who worships Surya Deva on that day, especially by bathing in the holy Ganga or Yamuna or Uttarakhand, and offering that water to the sun, he'll come free from all diseases. That's why it's called Arogya, Arogya Saptami. Arogya means no road. Road means disease. First Bhog, then Rog, then Yog. If you get tired of Rog by being a bogey, You eat too much, you get sick, you become a yogi. Then you get some enlightenment, you get a Hare Krishna book,
Yogi.
you become a yogi. Don't eat prasad and chant Hare Krishna, no more disease. You ever notice how devotees become very healthy? I was living in temples for 12 years. I was in charge of a temple for 4 years. And everyone I saw, before and after, they all became healthy by taking prasad and chanting Hare Krishna, including myself. I haven't had a sickness since 2019. I've had a cold, I haven't had anything. You know, well, like, you know, they say knock on wood, you know. But I mean, it's a regulated life, and you probably never your whole life. Some people like that, they have good health their whole life, never get sick. But you flu and taking antibiotics, not since 2019. I had a stroke in 2019. And I couldn't talk or walk for 3 months, so that was pretty bad. But flus, colds, antibiotics, nothing. 7 years. You're prasad. About a creep, ultimately. So this is the Oshadi. Oshadi means medicine. Oshadi, Chotra, Manobiram. Aviram means everything's cool, I'm chilling. Aviram means chilling. Chilling, everyone's chilling these days, right? That's really cool. So Aviram, because it has the word Ram, Rama means what?
Pleasure.
Pleasure. Avi means all sides. Every side I'm pleasure. I'm happy. My belly's happy.
Minds.
My mind is happy. My eyes are happy. My ears are happy. Everything's happy. So it's Aviram. So what's the most important thing to have Aviram?
Hearing Harikatha.
No, the most important thing that should be Aviram.
Mind.
Mind. So
Manoviram.
Manovirama. My mind is very blissful, very happy, because I'm getting medicine. What's the best medicine for the mind?
Leela.
Harikatha.
Harikatha and Hari Leela. Harikatha means Tattva and Leela. So you say Harikatha, it includes Tattva and Leela. But if you have a preference, then you'll speak it, and you did. So I wouldn't argue against that. I fully agree with that. What is Harikatha? Leela. What does Leela mean?
Romance.
Okay, guys. You made it short, to the point. Lee means, La means lay low, take this. La means take. Li means alingata. Alingata means embrace. Take my loving embrace, Krishna says. We say, no, I'm busy. I'm busy today. Come back next life. What to do? Kautama Soka. And who is this guy that makes our, what is this medicine? It's the Uttama Soka. Uttama means Samos. Soka means verses. Gunanu Vad. Vad means what? What does Mayavad mean?
Talk about Maya.
Talk about Maya. So Gunanavad means
Talking about qualities.
to talk about qualities. Anu means in succession. Anu, give me words with Anu in it.
Anukulya.
Anu Koyena, Krishnanu,
Anuchay.
Anurag. Anuched.
Anu Shade, Anurag. Anurag. So Anu means following in succession. So your Vad, you're speaking. What are the names for Saraswati? Vagisha, Vakish, Vakeshwari, Vakeshwari. We say Sri Bhagavan Uvacha. So Uvacha means speech. Vak means speech. Vag means speech. Gir also means speech.
Yeah, Gira.
So Gira. So it's a little Sanskrit class. Granavada. So talking about the modes, the qualities of the guy that's glorified with great shlokas. Gunanavada. Guna means qualities, attributes. Shloka means verse. Give me more. Verse. Sound like an old guy. Right. Okay, what's going on? Puman virajeta vina pashugnad. So this is the good guys. The first 3 lines talk about the good guys. Everywhere is good guys and bad guys. Cowboys. Bad, that's not right, is it?
No.
They're not the bad guys.
No.
Yeah, that's all. Okay. Puman means persons. Virajeta means they reject. They, it's like detachment. They stay away from Harikatha because they're sinful and they're eating animals. So this idea of Pashu also explains the human animal. Sometimes we say animus or animal. Animus means mentality in Greek. Animus, to animate, to make alive. So even a living being is called animus. Pashu means an animal. So the translation, it means to kill an animal or kill your own existence by staying in ignorance of Bhagavan Sri Krishna. That's basically the idea of the verse. So let's look at the commentary of Vishnu Chakravarti. He starts off his commentary with humble submission and glorification of his Shiksha Gurus. Swami Charan, Sridhar Swami is called Swami Charan. That's the common name in circles of devotees. And Sanatana Goswami, he's taking advantage of Brihad Vaishnav Toshini commentary of Sanatana Goswami and expanding upon it, and also basing his understanding of the breakdown of Sanskrit words, by Sridhar Swami. Sridhar Swami was an Advaitin, but he worshipped Nrsimhadev. The Ishtadevata was Nrsimhadev. In the 10th Canto Bhagavatam, 87th chapter, there's a verse of prayer to Lord Nrsimhadev quoted from Bhavarta Deepika commentary on Bhagavatam by Sridhar Swami. I forget the prayer right now, I used to know it. But in that prayer, he glorifies Saraswati and Nrsimha in one prayer. So it says, I forget what it says, Saraswati's in the heart of Nrsimha. What kind of interesting combination. Here you can see it there. So let's see here. He's saying, Friction is speaking to Sukadeva, I am a tiny jiva bound by material life. How can I drink the medicine of Krishna Lila recited by you? You're the best doctor endowed with the greatest fortune. For this intention, Parikshit Maharaj speaks this verse. So intention means sankalpa. So somehow or other, Vishnu Chakravarti, by the power of his pure devotion, he's able to perceive the mentalities and attitudes and sankalpas and intentions. Intention means sankalpa. What does he want to do? What is this person desiring? What is this person planning to do or planning to say? Vishnu has the uncanny ability to know that by intuition or by extra transcendental perception. You see that in the commentaries of Bhagavad Gita, Sarta Varshini by Vishnu Chakravarti. He enters right into the mind of Bhagavan Sri Krishna and Arjuna and Dhritarashtra and Duryodhana, and speaks their minds and hearts and intentions as if he is their mind and heart. So here he's speaking on behalf of the mind of Parikshit. What is Parikshit's sankalpa? What is he actually feeling about himself? So obviously, why is Vishnu not doing this? What's the answer? Robin?
To prevent misconception.
Yeah, prevent misconception, but a more practical, usable reason I'm looking for.
Humility attracts Krishna.
Huh?
Humility attracts Krishna.
That's just a philosophical statement, not answering my question. It's true, but it's not answering my question. The idea that Vishnu is trying to do is show that he's trying to show the mentality of Friction Maharaj, who's trying to understand the Bhagavatam. So Vishnu is trying to give that mentality to us. Because the verse doesn't say that. This is commentary on the verse. Verse is spoken by Friction. He's glorifying Harikatha, and he's glorifying the speaker, etc. And he's condemning non-devotees and atheists. But he's not revealing his mentality. But Vishnu says, I want to reveal his mentality, so you guys are reading this book will adopt the mentality, pick up the mentality. What does he think? He thinks I'm nobody. I'm a tiny jiva. You don't think that. You think you're big stuff. You think you're hot stuff. But you know, I'm a fashion model. I'm a big Baba. I'm a big guy, you don't know. I'm a tiny jiva bound up with the disease of material life. You don't think that. You think, oh, cool then. I know he's tying me down. I'm a free agent. How can I stop drinking this medicine? You're the best of doctors with the greatest fortune. With this intention, Friction Maharaj speaks the verse. It's really a nice introduction to this one. But we have to become like Friction. I mean, we read the Bhagavatam with a milkshake, mango milkshake in one hand. He gave up drinking, eating anything, and drinking even water, or even eating or sleeping for 7 days. That's Kata Ruchi. So that's Tarshare. Tarshare means thirst. Trishna, attachment to material enjoyment. The Rita Tarshare, you give up all attachment to material enjoyment. The next phrase, Nirvita, by taking the medicine Harikatha, Harilila, we destroy Nirvita, the thirst for Maya. Nirvita Tarashara means liberated pure devotees. They like the medicine. They continually glorify hearing Harikatha. Uvagiyamana. Uva means intense, continuous glorification. We loudly praise this medicine. It has cured our disease. What more can say about tasting it? Sukadeva, you're tasting it. I'm trying to taste it. You know, sometimes I would go to Barsana. That's always a good thing to do. I would stay a few days in Mankutir. In the old days, 1990, 1991, it wasn't a very big place. It was just ground floor and 1 floor up. Now it's like 10 stories higher than that. It's really quite high and spread out all over the place. This little building, 2 or 3 rooms, little temple room on the ground floor, and then the first floor Baba lived. Ramesh Baba, who is commonly known as Baba Shri, he's still there. He's considered a Rasik Vaishnava and considered a Siddha saint because he's Siddha, because he attained perfection in his bhajan at Darshan of Radharani, Darshan of Krishna. So consequently, he wrote many Brijbasi songs and books glorifying Radha Krishna. So sometimes I would be there, he would give class in the morning, probably still does. He would speak on Bhagavatam or other books. Sometimes Chaitanya Charitamrita, which he liked quite a bit. He read the whole thing, obviously. He was great, he is a great scholar. He would speak and he would cry. He would speak about the Bhagavatam and he would cry. He wouldn't make a show of it, but he would keep speaking. He wouldn't stop it. I'd get all choked up and make big noise about it. But tears would come from his eyes. And he's talking about Prahlad Maharaj or Dhruva. So he was so much absorbed in the feelings and intensities And for the Bhagavatam that couldn't control his transcendental emotions, or he did control, let's say, but there were some signs of transformation of his heart and mind from speaking about it. So this is what Shukadeva Goswami is experiencing when he's speaking. There's a term that's used, it's called avasta chitta. Avasta chitta, chitta means consciousness, and avasta means to get covered, to lose your consciousness. That's how I don't really know, but Sanskrit, that's what I describe. The phenomenon is correct. Maybe the term is, that's what I heard the term, but I heard someone speaking it. I never read it, but called Vasta Chitta. So, Srimad Goswami, Brahma Bhagavad Purana, explains that in his previous life, he was a tota. A tota is a parrot. And he was sitting in Kailash on a tree, on a peepal tree, Ashwat Vriksha. No, I mean a bilva tree, which is very favorite of Shiva. And Shiva was under the bilva tree speaking Srimad Bhagavatam to Parvati, his wife. And Shiva told Parvati, I want you to say ha, 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 ha. This Indian thing, you know, ha, ha, haji, haji. Jiha. Keep saying that, so I know you're not sleeping. Because I know you were in ISKCON. Everybody sleeps in Bhagavatam. No, okay. Retract that. Rewind that. Sorry. Old scars. Okay, so I want you to say G. So she did. So he's speaking about Bhagavatam, she's saying G. So after some time, I don't know how much time, but she fell asleep. There's a parrot in the tree. This is about by Purana, not mine. Purana is another thing, but I got a big Purana also. And Parvati was sleeping, she was speaking Bhagavatam, and the parrot was saying, ah, 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 ah. And she kept reading. For hours and hours. Oh, you know. He was telling you how to having dreams and dreaming of Ganesh and flying in the sky chasing Kartikeya and the peacock, you know, all kinds of wild dreams. You know. And then Shiva looked up and he saw his wife sleeping. And, he said, she's out like a light. How much? She's out. Who's making all this jive? Pharaoh was there. And she was still was Trishul, the shrine. You guy, you making fun of me, you rascal, Tota, parrot, I'm gonna kill you. He ran after her. Ah. The parrot started flying really fast. He flew and ran. Where'd he go?
In the stomach of Vyasadev's wife.
Who is? We always forget that. Poor lady.
What happened? Where do
She
you
entered the
go?
mouth.
She, you know, the parrot flew away. This in the,
Yeah, I got that book.
went in the mouth of Vyasadev's wife, who is, we always forget all the time.
Okay.
Matsyagandha or?
Jamal.
Vatika. In Jabal is
Jabal.
The parrot flew in the open mouth.
Vatika is down
Vatika, a woman named Vatika, who's the daughter of Jabali Muni. And the parrot became a
Sukadeva Goswami.
Sukadeva, because Suka in Sanskrit means parrot.
So was the parrot small or was the wife's mouth large?
That answer we have to research.
Okay.
I have to check on chat. Okay. I have a very lively audience, I must say. They look alive, everybody's very alive. Nobody's dead, no dead people. They're boring you to death, but they haven't died. They're still kicking, as they do. Those who get the opportunity to hear Krishna Lila will not stop listening because it cures them of the disease of material existence. I can tell you an example. We went on a yatra some weeks ago. We told a pastime about Kamsa. Kamsa tried to come to Vrindavan dressed as a gopi. You were there. You forgot it. And the gopis beat him up. And this Leela was translated into Russian. It went on Instagram, Russiagram, or whatever Ruskagram, you know. And they got tons of likes. The Russian guys really got a kick out of that. Tried to meditate while they're chanting japa on Kamsa dressed as a gopi. I don't know if they went that far, but you know, they're pretty interesting guys, you know. So I was really happy to hear that they got a kick out of it. They didn't even laugh, which is unusual. I think I met the only person in Russia that laughs.
Yeah.
I signed her on my team. I was at that one cigar store in India, you know. Everybody in ISKCON is Russian. I don't have one. I felt deprived, you know. Now I have brown store Indians, you know. I mean, you know, Indians. I had to get at least one Russian. I'm pretty good.
One laughing, smiling.
What?
One laughing, smiling Russian.
Yeah, one smiling graphic. No, extraordinary one. Not ordinary one. No, ordinary one. Sorry, guys. Oh, he sent an ultrasonic missile, right? Who do we sit on the other? So because Krishna Gita is very enjoyable to the mind, the listener never stops listening to it. You always like it. She always liked it. Krishna Gita gives great pleasure to the ears and mind. Therefore drink with your ears and mind the Bhagavatam. However, there are guys who kill animals and Karma Kanda. They want to go to Swarga. They don't care about Harikatha. They're all interested in Dharma Kam, and they have no taste for Krishna Lila. Another meaning of this verse: who would give up drinking Harikatha recited by Sri Guru? Even liberated souls loudly glorify Krishna. Only those desiring money and sense gratification will stop hearing about Krishna. Thus, Friction Maharaj says that only a killer of animals, Pashunat, would stop hearing Harikatha. That's 90% of the world, 95% of the world. So Harikatha is not very popular in the material world in Kali Yuga. 95% of the world is non-veg, maybe 98%. The whole world is non-vegetarian. Fish, eggs, chicken. You know, all Spain and all Spanish people and Mexican, Indonesian, they all eat rice, mostly rice. They all eat fish, all eat eggs, chicken. They don't eat too much cows, but it's pretty, it's not, so these kind of people are killing animals and fish and birds and dogs. Many people eat dogs, Korean people eat dogs. So, so most of the world has no interest in Harikatha. Okay, let's go on now. Let's see, do we have anything? Prabhupada has some commentary, it looks like. Let's see if we find it. This is Prabhupada's commentary on verse number 4. A devotee has no other motive for speaking Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam than to serve Krishna. In other words, you don't go out and do Bhagavad Gita to make money. Mahaprabhu therefore advised the Chaitanya Charitamrita, Bhagavad Paradiya Bhagavatastane. He's told this to Babaji, because Babaji wanted Mahaprabhu to hear his commentary on the Bhagavatam. And Lord Chaitanya said, "You're a Vaishya. You don't follow the Swami." Swami means husband, but Lord Chaitanya, he was saying, it's a Chaitanya Charitamrita. It's pretty heavy. It's very heavy. Of course, the Babacharya's people don't accept it. They say no such meeting ever took place. Babacharya never met Lord Chaitanya. It was right in our primary Shastra, Chaitanya Charitamrita. In that meeting, Mahaprabhu detected some pride in Babacharya, which of course they don't accept that either.
Yeah.
And he said, "I don't want to hear a commentary from someone who doesn't follow their Swami." So the word, that's the translation in English. The word in Bengali is Vaishya, which means who's a prostitute. The Swami means husband, but Lord Chaitanya was using the play on words. Swami means husband. Also, Swami means Sridhar Swami, the commentator on the Bhagavatam. Because Babacharya introduced himself and says, "My commentary is better than Sridhar Swami." So Lord Chaitanya was establishing that for me, Lord Chaitanya, every single Gaudiya Vaishnava after me, the superior commentary on Bhagavatam is Sridhar Swami Charan. Swami Charan is called Sridhar Swami. That's why this verse number 4, Vishnu Chakravarti started by saying all glories to Sridhar Swami and Sanatana Goswami. So this is pretty interesting. So at that time, Lord Chaitanya said, Bhagavad Paradiya Bhagavatastane. You should go sit with someone who really knows the Bhagavatam, then you'll know the Bhagavatam. It was quite a heavy conversation. So, like sometimes the Babacharya people ask you about this, it's a very delicate thing to deal with. You say, that's what our book said. I have no comment. I wouldn't get into any conversation. Try to avoid it at all costs. Because history, everybody has a different idea of history. Read the Russian explanation of World War II, it won't be the same as American. Read the German explanation of World War II, it won't be the same as Russians. Read the French explanation of World War II, it won't be the same as the British, because they hate each other. There's so many wars between France and England. It's just the way the world goes. So it's also there in spiritual life. Shaivites don't like Vaishnavas. So, it goes. Let's call you as what it basically means. Okay. Now you could probably comment on what's Nivritta Tar share. A Vaishnava is Nivritta Trishna. He has no material purpose. His only purpose, Vaishnava only wants to preach Krishna consciousness. Prabhupada's books are a little curved there, a little poetic license. Because his books are tools for making what? ISKCON devotees. Which means you have to sell books.
It doesn't say ISKCON, it says Krishna consciousness.
No, it says preach Krishna consciousness. Okay. And that's what ISKCON does.
They're not the only ones.
Well, I'm trying also.
Yeah. Krishna conscious movement to me is a big Jagat Guru thing. It's not about one organization.
I think I understand.
It's bigger than that.
Thank you for the motivation.
Yeah. He's talking about a big thing.
Okay, the bigger picture.
Yeah.
Okay, I was a little too narrow minded. The verse warns that Harikatha should be recited by a person who is Nirvana Trishna. Srila Goswami is a proper reciter of Bhagavatam, and Pariksha Maharaj, who left everything to meet death, is a proper person to hear it. A qualified reciter gives the right medicine for the conditioned soul. That's very nice commentary. Continues on 24 and 5. A person can't be interested in Krishna Katha if they're interested in sense gratification. That's why we say, first thing we do when we preach, what do? We try to get people to eat prasada. Prasada is a great weapon. The most important thing is to serve prasada. Get them hooked on prasada, then give them a mantra card. We used to, anyway, I don't want to beat my own drum. The idea of giving prasadam is very important. So prasadam distribution, like one person I know, he has a business. He sells cheese. All different kinds of cheese, mozzarella, cheddar, all the famous sour cream, all the famous milk stuff. And everything that he makes, every batch he makes, in his factory has murtis of Jagannath Baladev and Subhadra. He has Brahmin devotees that work for him, Indians. And he takes some of that cheese and he offers it to Jagannath. He's getting fatter every day. First he was this big, now he's this big. He's growing. Yeah, I'm telling the truth. He's getting wider also.
Healthy Jagannath.
Healthy Jagannath. So they used to string, I think last year, 200,000 tons of cheese. I mean, it's like a lot of cheese. I couldn't believe the number he said. My eyes fell out, I couldn't count. My cash register blew up, my weight fell out. Calculated. He just shared 200,000 pieces of cheese or something last year. So that's a lot of prasad. They also, last time he was here, he's my friend, the guy owns it. He said, you need some cheese, let me know. I'm getting a pipeline here at Radhakund. I said, I might tie you into your pipeline. But I'm not much of a cheese fan myself. I mean, I like paneer plus, old-fashioned type. Be Indian, buy Indian. Right?
Made in India.
Baba too. No problem. Kirtan Guru. The cycle of repeated birth and death, by which one takes on different bodies again and again, is called Bhava Road. If anyone willingly or unwillingly hears Krishna Katha, the Bhava Road will stop. Krishna Katha is called Bhava Oshadi, the remedy to stop repeated birth and death. Sense enjoyers can't give up their desires. When they hear Harikatha, if they hear Harikatha, they give up their material disease. So that's really good. That's why we have all this internet and all this, spreading holy name and Harikatha around the world to help benefit people. Let's do verse 5 and through 7. Okay, repeat after me. Pitama me samare naranj. Let me explain one thing. I'm reading from this book which has all the line breaks easy to read. And you're reading from that book because when I printed this book, I edited it and printed it and everything. And they did all the layout. One thing when I produced my books, I always had the compassion that I wanted to use as least paper as possible. So if you compare my books to any books published by Ras Vihari, you'll notice one thing, there's no space. He has space everywhere. He has like 400-page books this thick. This is a 1,000-page book and it's 1 inch thick. This Bible paper is first consideration. The second consideration, there's no spacing anywhere.
Yes.
I tied up all the spacing to save trees. Why should we kill a tree to waste paper? So I'm very sensitive to that. So I printed 28 books. I try to stretch it to the farthest, to right, to left, and up and down, because you can expand more. They have professional margins that they set the printer. I say, I want to extend it more. They say there's a chance when they cut the corner, they color the paper before they bind it. They cut the corners. You may lose some text. I don't care, push it more, push it more. So I was always wrestling with the printers, you know. They couldn't understand because I wasn't normal. That's obvious. So I did tricks. I did like italics for the verses, then bold for the translation.
Yeah.
So there's no spaces, but there's a change, so it wakes up your attention, and it gives you a sense there's some break. Went from italics to bold, from bold to regular font, different sizes. So this is some techniques that, you know, if you're going to print books, you may think about compassion. Because I don't want to go back to Krishna and tell him I killed millions of trees unnecessarily. That's called jiva himsa. That's a sin. Jiva himsa, killing any living entity unnecessarily, is a sin. Just to make a fancy book. You know, his books have, because I'll tell you a secret. My godbrothers were translating, editing books from Rusty Hard. They were getting paid by the page. They're getting paid by the page. So they could give them a 200-page book with tight spacing. It's called editing. It's called editing and spacing. A smaller font. They made bigger font and lots of space. Text, they put text and then 2 double space. Text 1, double space, then the first line of Sanskrit. What did I do? I put the text next to the word. It's right next to the verse. You look, you see, I have like, 3 verses on 1 page. They have 1 verse on 1 page. So this is called, I don't know what you call it, just individuality, basically. So what I'm trying to say is, if you look at this book, to know where the line break is, to know how to pronounce, you'll see a little comma.
Yes.
You see a little comma. Like in verse 5, so the word is Maran Jayer. The last word of line 1 is Maran Jayer. You see that? There's a comma there. So then you say, Pitam Mahame Samare Maran Jayer. Then there should be a comma after Timingilai. Is there a comma?
Yes, sir.
So then you say, Deva Vratat Yatiratais Tamingale. Duratiyam Kaurava Sainya Sagaram. Kritva Taran Vatsa Padam Swayapala. Dron Yastra Viplushtam Idam Madangam. Santana Bijam Kuru Pandavanam. Jugopa Kukshim Gata Atta Chakro. Matushchameya Sharanam Gataya. Viryani Tasya Kila Deya Bhajam. Antarvahi Purusha Kala Rupai. Prayachato Mrityam Utamritam Cha. Maya Manusyasya vadasa vidvan.
Maya manusyasya vadasya vidvan.
Taking the boat of Krishna's lotus feet, my grandfather Arjuna, who is his father,
Abhimanyu.
Abhimanyu, who is speaking,
Parikshit Maharaj.
Parikshit. They won the battle of Kurukshetra. Bhishma Dev was like a great Timangilla fish. What is the quality of Timangilla fish?
It swallows all other fishes. Yeah, big fish.
Timangilla fish swallows whales, orcas,
Wow.
pakora. No problem. Moby Dick, Timangilla fish.
Great.
Bhishma was like that. No, I don't want to get swallowed by him. So by the mercy of Krishna, my grandfather crossed the ocean like stepping over the water in the hoofprint of a cow. Because my mother, who's the mother of Parikshit?
Uttara.
Uttara, surrendered to Krishna. Krishna came with Sudarshan, entered Uttara's womb, and saved Parikshit. I was the last descendant of the Pandavas. I was almost destroyed by the fire weapon, the Agni, what do they call it? Mantra.
Brahmastra.
Oh yeah, right, excuse me. Of the Brahmastra of Ashwatthama. But Krishna came inside and outside, and by his own potency of time and Paramatma gave liberation to everyone. He does that. Kindly, kindly enlighten me by describing Krishna's transcendental qualities. Okay, that's beautiful. Now let's look at Vishnu's commentary. What's the time now?
453.
Okay, 4:53. I should, Krishna's speaking, I should hear topics about Krishna because he's in our dynasty. Okay. I already said all that. Timmy Gold stuff. The cause of taking shelter on the boat of Krishna's feet. Please speak about that person. Surrender to Krishna's lotus feet enables you to cross the Bhava Sagar, the ocean of material existence. Verse 6. What's verse 6? Okay. Verse 6, Vishnu says, Krishna is saying, I must hear about Krishna because he's my only protector. Atta Chakra, Krishna holds a chakra and club. He entered Uttara's womb and, chopped up the Brahmastra. And then verse 7, Krishna's topic should be heard because he gives the final goal of life. Akila Deya Bhajan. Akila means everyone. Akila, and Deya means body, and Bhajan, everyone, that means worship. Everyone with a body should always worship Krishna. Body means outside. Krishna wears death to those who envy us. Okay, Kala Rupa. What does that mean? Time's up.
Yes.
Temporary body.
Be 6 o'clock. Kala Rupa means the form of time. Death. Katamhoga, goodbye, Haribo. Two demons, Krishna came in the form of death. Bhagavad Gita, what does it say?
Kalos Niloka Kshetra.
Richu,
Sarva Harascha.
Richu, Sarva, Harascham. I take away everything at death. Goodbye, good night. Okay, but cover Prabhupada's commentary on Kala Rupa, 29. Krishna is a super soul of all living entities. He gives everyone liberation, even if one, that's a very interesting commentary, listen. Even if one is not a pure devotee, Kamsa was not at all a devotee, yet Krishna, after killing him, gave him salvation. Krishna consciousness is beneficial to everyone, whether one's a pure devotee or non-devotee. This is the glory of Krishna consciousness. Considering this, we will not take shelter of those who use Krishna. Krishna is always situated in Satchidananda Vigraha. Anyone who serves Krishna is situated in his original spiritual identity. Service to Krishna situates one in the original spiritual identity. What's that verse? It's the second canto. Muktire tavata rupam swarupena vivasati is. You know anything? Muktire tavata rupam swarupena vivasati. That's the key point of the verse. That's part of its quote here. Swarupena vivasati. In other words, mukti, liberation, means to be situated in your swarup. And Brahma Stuti, Vedanta Sutra explains that liberated souls by yadritya. The word yadritya means by their own sweet will, independent will. They can have a body or no body. So it's very, even Vedanta Sutra, which is the primary shastra of Waitans, who say the goal of Vedanta Sutra is Brahma Suyuja, have no body merged into the totality of consciousness. But in the same book, it says those who are liberated by their own sweet will, they can have a spiritual body or have no spiritual body. Which means they can go to Goloka Vrindavan, Vaikuntha, and get a spiritual body through, or they can merge into Brahman and have no through. Non-different, Nirakar Brahman. No form. But that's the commentary. So, here's Vishnu answer. So Krishna came as death. Like rock candy. If you have jaundice, which is a liver disease, rock candy tastes bitter. So Krishna first comes as time to award death to the demons, and later awards them liberation. Somehow, when I read this commentary of Prabhupada on verse numbers 5 through 7, he said, I got inspired. I got hope. I thought there was hope for me. I'll repeat again. Prabhupada said, Krishna gives liberation, gives everyone liberation. That means you and me.
Even if he's not a pure devotee.
Even if he's not a pure devotee. This is what caught me.
Yeah.
Because I don't know, pure devotee means no material desires, no prarabdha karma, no vasanas. It means like you got prema. But he's saying, not a pure devotee means you don't have prema, basically.
Yeah.
Because Madhurya Kadami says the north is continue up to the level of prema. So Prabhupada is saying, Krishna gives everyone liberation, even if one's not a pure devotee. So I thought, okay, there's a chance for me. Time will come and kill me, but Krishna will give me liberation. But that's what he also is saying in Prabhupada.
Yeah.
Kala Rupa means time comes and kills everyone. The one is born, death is certain. Okay, let's look at the next word in the commentary, Prayacha. Prayachata means give me a verse indeed as this word. Prayachati. Patram Pushpam Madan.
Patrapushpam kalanto yam yome bhaktya prayachati.
Hey, come on, guys, wake up. That's 9th chapter, 26 verse. What's that? Look it up. Patram Pushpam Yome Bhaktya. There's a word in that verse. I know that word. Hey, look. I know a Sanskrit word. Oh, cool. What is it? What verse is it?
926.
I know one verse, right? This is to indicate being seen before Krishna's eyes. Means his giver, it's in present tense, to convey the eternal nature of Krishna's pastime. Very interesting, very important word in this verse. Because what the verse is saying, Krishna is telling Shukadeva. Shukadeva is going to tell Leela. So Krishna, by using the word prayachita, he's telling Shukadeva, you have to tell me Krishna's Leela in such a way that I see them. Because the Leelas are eternal. Every single word, every single Leela that Krishna is having right now. You have to tell me in such a way I see it. That's what the inner meaning. Priyachita is in present tense. And what is the subject that Krishna is glorifying? He's telling Shukadeva, you have to tell me about Krishna's Leelas. And he's saying, Priyachita, you have to give them to me. Priyachita, give them to me. Give them to me. Sakshat Darshan also. Now time. Netflix. Live broadcast. Leela, right here, right now. Not that, the rerun. I don't want reruns. I want last year's movie. I want right now, fresh off the press. Maya Manushasya. The body of Krishna is the eternal Yoga Maya. Watch out for that stuff. That's how it ends. Yoga Maya ki jai. Krishna Lila ki jai. Jai jai Shri Radhe. Prasad. As they say the prasad. This is prasad. Is there a